All right, good morning, boys and girls. Today is Tuesday, September 8th. We're going to switch gears this week. We're going to move away from our geometry unit and talk about factors and multiples. And today's topic is finding the greatest common factor using prime factorization. So I want you to take a moment and jot this heading down in your notes. Okay? Of course, daily we need our notebook and a pencil for math class. So make sure you have those handy. And our number talk today, or our fluency exercise, deals with a model. Okay? What fraction of the rectangle is shaded? If you'll remember, fractions are part to whole relationship. How many parts are shaded to the whole thing? Well, 6 parts are shaded. How many parts are in the whole model? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, fraction of the rectangle that is shaded is 6 out of 12. Well, what's not shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. We still have 12 parts in this model. Now, express our answer using other fraction names. Well, 6 over 12, 6 is exactly half of 12. So what's another fraction that we could use? Well, we could use 1/2, and we're going to list several of them. If I increase this by 1 and this by 2, I can do 2/4. Again, increase the numerator by 1, increase the denominator by 2. Are all of these equivalent to 1/2? Of course they are. Increase by 1, increase by 2. Increase by 1, increase by 2. And then your 6/12. Okay? Now we could continue that pattern, but I think you get the idea. Okay? All right. So our learning target for today, and we're going to look at other methods later this week, but our learning target for today is to find the greatest common factor using prime factorization. Okay? We will look at other methods, but today we're going to use prime factorization. So take a minute and jot this learning target down in your notes. Okay? So the first two numbers we're going to deal with are 16 and 24. So I'd like for you to write those down on your paper. 16 and 24. Okay? And I'm going to do this. Okay? This is going to be important when we start factoring. So 16 and 24. You know that both of those are even numbers. Therefore, both of them are divisible by 2. So I'm going to pull a 2 out here to the side. All I'm going to do is divide both of these by 2. 16 divided by 2 is 8. 24 divided by 2 is 12. Okay? Now, I still have 2 even numbers, which tells me I can factor some more. So let's factor again by 2 because, again, both of these numbers are even. Both of them are divisible by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Okay? Now, again, we've not really gotten any closer. 4 and 6 are again still divisible by 2. So we're going to do it again. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Now, do 2 and 3 have anything in common that we can factor out? Nothing but 1, right? Nothing but 1. So here is what I want to point out to you. Along this side gives us our greatest common factor. 2, 2, and 2. So this is 2 times 2 times 2. All right? 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. So my greatest common factor for this particular problem is 8. In other words, 8 is the largest number that both 16 and 24 are divisible by. Okay? All right, now 12 and 18. Again, you should recognize two even numbers, okay? And just let me take a minute. If you are rusty or it takes you a few minutes on your times tables, you have an excellent app on your iPad called Math Speed Drills. I would take some time to be practicing on those. They're going to be hugely important with this particular unit, okay? All right, so 12 and 18. We just talked about the fact that they're both divisible by 2, so I pulled this 2 out. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 18 divided by 2 is 9. Okay? Now, 9 is not an even number, so it's not divisible by 2. So what are 6 and 9 going to be divisible by now? Well, 6 and 9 are divisible by 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 9 divided by 3 is 3. Now, can I factor 2 and 3 anymore? In other words, is there anything that 2 and 3 are both divisible by? And the answer is no. So I am through factoring for now. So my greatest common factor is 2 times 3, which is 6. In other words, the largest 12 and 18, let me back up. 6 is the largest number that both 12 and 18 are divisible by. Okay? My greatest common factor is 6. Okay? All right. Last one for today. Greatest common factor of 14 and 17. Well, 14, there's that even number again. It's divisible by 2. But 17 is not an even number. 17 is not divisible by 2. Okay? It's not divisible by 3. 3 times 5 is 15. 6 times 3 is 18. So I skipped right over 17. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 5 is 20. So that won't work. 5, 17 doesn't end in 5 or 0. So that tells me it's not a multiple of 5. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 3 is 18. So that doesn't work. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 3 is 21. So 7's not a factor of 17. 8 is not 1. 9 is not 1. 10 is not 1. Okay? The only thing that both 14 and 17 are divisible by is 1. The only way that you can get 17 is 1 times 17. 17 is what we call a prime number, okay? And I think I put that in your vocabulary for the week that is on Tuesday as part of your notes. You need to make sure you go to Tuesday, write down those notes, submit them for a grade, okay? This particular pair of numbers only has the factor of 1 in common.